everybody, so it's Mickey. It is the 14th of August. It's a Tuesday. So, yeah. Today I am still waiting for my results for the chromosome testing. I don't know if I mentioned this on here or not. I didn't. On Friday, the RE's office called me and they let me know that they got a call from the lab that had, the tissue and my blood work or whatever. And they told me that they forgot to get a vial of my husband's blood. So they cannot complete the testing. Friday was the first day I heard that they actually needed my husband's blood. I did not know that, nor was I told that by the RE or anybody else. So I was sort of upset because we were supposed to get the results yesterday, Monday. So, yeah. So they called me on Thursday, sorry. That was Thursday. So I called my husband and I was like, is there any way you can go to the RE's office, which is 45 minutes away from here? They need a vial of your blood so they can finish the testing. And my husband's job, he's in the Army. You can't just take off whenever you want to. So, luckily enough, they were having what's called commander's time. That's usually when they do their training, if they have training that they need to complete and blah, blah, blah. Thankfully, my husband did not have any training that he needed to complete, and he talked to the person who's right over him, and they said if he didn't have any training to do, then he was free to go. So, thankfully, Friday, he left, and yeah, he went and made it just in time to get the blood work done because, FedEx comes by, and when they come by, they need the sample. So, he asked, when do you think you would have the results? And they still told him, probably Monday afternoon. So, I called yesterday, which was Monday. It was almost 2. So, I was like, maybe that's enough time. And the secretary told me, she's like, well, let me go check your file. And she went to go check my file, and she said nothing was in there, so yeah, no results. So she told me to call back on Wednesday, tomorrow. So I'm not really happy about it. And if they took a week, almost a week, to get my results, hopefully it won't be another week that I have to wait to get his results. So yeah, I'm not really happy. Not really happy at all. It just sort of sucks. Sort of want to know what happened. I want answers, just so I can have some closure. Sort of been back and forth on things, in my head. Like one moment I'm okay with things, another moment I'm not okay with things, and thinking, you can't help but to have that guilt. Where, was it something that I did? Type thing. So, yeah, you just can't help it. You can't help it, and hopefully, it will help to get some closure, and just get some answers. That's all I want. I want to get this past me. So, yeah. And we won't know what course of action we're going to take until we get the results. So, you know, in order to move forward, we really need these results. And it's really annoying. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my rant. Okay, so, non-TTC related, because we're not TTC right now. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not as down as I was last week. I have been getting out of the house a little bit more. So I know when I took psychology, they said, the teacher mentioned that, you know, when you go outside and you get that vitamin D from the sun, it's like happy rays. That's what she called it. Like, there's something in the sun, like the vitamin D or something, that helps your mood. So she's like, you know, people that live in more rainier places, or like during the winter, people are more gloomy because the sun's out for less time. So, oh my god, that's a huge moth. Gross. Ugh. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so I'm trying to get outside the house a little bit more. Worked on my car the other day. I love taking things apart and stuff, and my window would not go down. I mean, it would go down fine, but when you were trying to bring it up, it would squeak and squeal, and it would slow down, and you would have to keep on like pressing the up button for the window. So I was determined to get down to why it was happening, because I didn't want to pay like a few $100 for the people at the dealership to tell me something, and I didn't want them to tell me the wrong thing and charge me more money. So a lot of the times with cars, it's so easy to take apart. I actually took apart my dashboard and replaced a wire for my iPhone, so I can hook my iPhone directly to my car. So I've done that before, so I was like, hey, the door should be just as easy. So luckily enough it was, and I was able to take it apart, and I found out that the motor itself, the one that makes the window go up and down, it was fine. It didn't have any issues, and that's probably what the dealership would have had me replace, and that would have cost me a few $100. But it was actually the rubber itself around the window. It was coming out of the metal channel, and it needed to be lubricated. Like, it's been really, really hot the past 2 summers, and that's when it started happening, was last summer, and I started to notice it, and just hadn't done anything about it. So I took out the window. I bought some silicone lubricant for the rubber, and I sprayed it, and sure enough, when we put the window back in, my husband was out there to help me take the window out and in, because I just didn't want to break the window. I'm such a klutz. So we did that, and it works fine. It works perfectly. It goes up and down, does not slow down or anything like that. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy, and you know, feel productive when I did something like that. It's just like, oh yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that's all I've been up to. I also want to let y'all know, I don't know, those of you who have subscribed to me know this, but I am a part of the 5 Waiting Wombs. And this week is a fun week. We're basically doing stuff that, you know, talking about stuff that we do on our spare time or whatever. At the beginning of my video, it will post tomorrow, I put a link to one of the pieces that I played for my senior recital, which is my graduation recital. I did that in 2009. Now, it's not perfect. That's fine. I played it better, but that's how I played it in my recital. And yeah, so if you want to check out me playing my flute, you can always check that video out, and then it'll send you to the other video, which I have unlisted because I just didn't want I didn't want any rude comments because people can be very very mean and crude, and you know, if you make one mistake, they'll rip you apart or whatever like that. So I just didn't want to put it as public, so it's private on my personal YouTube, which I hardly ever use. So yeah, if you want to check that out, go ahead. And then the second half of that video is actually doing a tutorial on how to loom knit like a baby hat. So yeah. Alright, so I think I've rambled on enough. I am about to leave to go buy some Subway for my husband for lunch and take that to him. And I have a few errands to run, so yeah. Alrighty, I will talk to y'all ladies later. As soon as I get my results, I will make another video. So we might get another video later this week, or maybe next week. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, bye-bye.